TeachAnOldDogNewTricks.com. More than 40 hours of free computer training. Sit, stay, and learn. Thank you. Hi ladies and gentlemen, this is Tony Hollowitz and I want to thank you for being here for this tutorial on QuickBooks, and we're going to discuss how to receive a payment. So yes, you have sent an invoice out and someone has actually taken the time to pay you. That's a great thing. Well, when you get that check in your office or in your hands, you need to record that you received that payment. So here on the home screen, you can click on Receive Payments and the Customer Payment window opens up. Now I'm going to maximize this just to get it to take up more of the screen. But at this point, the only things that we've done is we've got in or created invoices for a company called the ABC Company. So I'm going to start typing ABC and it pops right up. I'm going to hit the Tab key. And what I want you to observe is a couple things. First, it tells us the exact balance that a customer has, $319. In the amount field, we can type in $39.90 because that's the amount of the check. If you observe right down here, it shows us invoice number 2001 is for $39.90. When I hit the Tab key, it is going to show that there's a check box, or a check mark I should say, right next to this amount for $39.90. In the payment method, we can choose whatever payment they use to pay us. In this case, it's a check. So I left it as check. We can actually even put in a check number if we so desire, just for reference. Now, at this point, we are done for the most part. If you observe down on the bottom of the screen, it says Save and Close or Save and New. Save and Close will close this window. Save and New will record this transaction and then go on, assuming you've received a second check from someone different, for example. If you got two from the same company, you'd probably do both of them at the same time. But having said that, I'm going to click on Save and Close. So let's talk for a moment about where that money goes that we just took in. There are different preferences in QuickBooks, and the way it's set up initially is that all the money you get in comes in and is put in an account that's the money is just held. So in other words, we might get that check, we might record that it's been taken in, but we might not actually physically deposit that check right away. To record those deposits, let's say we don't deposit that check for 3 days. On that third day, we want to come up and click on Record Deposits. Here is the one check that we have outstanding, and we want to then record where it's going to go. Okay, so I'm going to click on this one to select it. The View Payment Method, here it is right here, and now if I click OK, it will keep it in the undeposited funds initially until I tell it where to deposit it to. I'm going to deposit it to the bank account we just created. Now, in my opinion, for many small businesses, this is an extra step that we don't really need. So I'm going to clear this because I don't want to do this. And I'm going to close this and I'm going to show you the preference and how to change it. So I'm going to come up and click on Edit. I'm going to come down to Preferences. I'm going to come down to the Payments option and I'm going to check Company Preferences up here. See right here it says Use Undeposited Funds as a default deposit, meaning it's going to always put it in undeposited funds. So even if you took that check and deposited it today, you'd have to go back in and do this step. For most small businesses, I don't know, that's a decision you have to make. But in my case, I'm going to uncheck this. I'm going to click OK. I'm going to click OK again because it told me it has to close all the windows. I'm going to come to my left. I want to get back to the Home tab. Let's say we take a second payment. I'm going to come here and click on Receive Payments. I'm going to come up to the arrow and click Back. This is the payment that I just recorded that went into the undeposited funds. I'm going to delete this payment because I just want to get rid of it so I can sort of start again with the newer approach. I'm going to maximize this window just so we see more. So let's start again. What I want to do next is I'm going to type in ABC, like I'm starting all over. It's going to ask me how much. I'm going to type in $39.90. I'm going to put today's date. It's a check. Let's put in check number 1234. Now, I'm going to hit the tab key one more time, and I want you to observe that right here, this drop down now allows me to choose my bank account, and that's what we called it, bank account. These transactions will remember the last place we deposited it. So when I do my next payment or receiving of a payment, it's going to automatically put it in the bank account. So now when I click on Save and Close, it puts it in the bank account. Now, let's go back up, go to List, let's go to Chart of Accounts. Here's my bank account right here. I'm going to double click on it. Here is the payment. Because we told it to put it in our bank account, it recorded it. We started with a $1,000 balance, we've added $39.90, and now we have $1,039.90. So this is the process it goes through. When you do one thing, it impacts different parts of QuickBooks. So once you start to realize that, you're realizing you're getting a lot done here by doing one transaction. It's impacting things in other areas. So my name is Tony Holowitz. I want to end this tutorial there, and we'll go on to our next tutorial. Thank you very much.